Today's video, I'm excited about it because we're going to be talking about 5 financial accounts you need to set up to take control of your money and ultimately your financial journey. If you're thinking of savings, budgeting, making your money work for you, or just taking care of your financial journey, these accounts will actually facilitate that. Now, I have to say that one thing you know about me is that I don't just tell you things I have browsed or researched. I'm talking from my personal experience, so I'm going to be spilling the tea today. If you are not already, I'm going to be inviting you to please join the channel by clicking on the subscribe button and go ahead and leave a like because I know you are going to be finding this video helpful. So let's get started. So the first account we're going to be talking about is the emergency savings account. This account is imperative to set up because it acts like a financial safety net for unexpected turns, ups and downs that life bring to our path. Now, this emergency saving account is different from your normal current account where you get money from your job or earn salary. This one is dedicated for emergency situations, and a rule of thumb is for you to save about 4 to 6 months of your total expenses just in case something happens. You know, pay rent, for food, and all the things that make you live life normally. That, when calculated, if it costs about $3,000, 3,000 euros, that should be saved, multiplied by 4 months or 6 months. What this does is that gives you the peace of mind and the confidence to go out on your ventures, knowing that there is a safety net just in case there is a medical, be it unexpectedly, or a car breakdown or a sickness or something like that. You're not forced to go homeless or just take any job just because you have not prepared for the future. Now, the key to creating this emergency saving fund is that you leave it in a place where it is accessible. Actually, it makes no sense for you to create an emergency saving fund and when you need it, you don't have it. So it is important that you have the card to it, but it should be different, separate from your current account. The second account you need to create is the high yield savings account. This is very important because when you create this account, it means that you're telling your money, go and do the work for me. So your money will be doing the work while you sleep. You need to do your due diligence, compare the rates of various banks. When my husband and I wanted to create a high yield savings account, we had to call 3 different banks to compare the rates, and we settled for the one with the highest rate. We currently use the S Bank if you live in Finland, but of course there is the OP, there is the NordNet. Something very important is that when you're creating this high yield savings account, ensure that you are not paying monthly payments. You're not being charged monthly withdrawals just for keeping your money there. It is actually the other way around. Your money should be getting interest monthly. The beauty about this high yield saving account is that your money will do the price of the work for you, is the slave to you while you sleep, while you rest. Now, this high yield saving account can actually be used to save for a short term, perhaps if you have a tuition fee you need to pay, or it can also be used for savings that you don't want to put into your investment. The most important thing is that you have access to it and you are beating inflation. The worst thing you can do is to just keep your money in a savings account. It does not bring in money for you. And the hard truth is that over time, that value is actually reducing. So it is important that if you're not doing anything, create a high yield savings account. Don't just keep your money in the bank. No, you're doing a disservice to yourself. Create a high yield savings account so that every month you will have interest on your money, and that is actually beating the inflation. Now you may be asking, how can I create the high yield savings account? Depending on your country of residence. What I did with my husband, we compared different banks' interest rate, and then we saw the one with the highest rate, and that was what we went for. We are currently using the S Bank if you live in Finland, but in Nigeria you can use the Optimus, you can use the Piggyvest, but just do your due diligence, compare the rates, and you are good to go. Now, a pro tip is that create an account where you have access to it. The third account you're going to set up is the pensions account. Remember, you are not going to be young forever. At some point, you need to just relax and enjoy your money. And it takes a lot of intentionality. And that is why it is important for you to create this pension account. Just to give you an example, about 2 years ago, I created my own pension account using the company Elo. That was when I was working as a self-employed person. So there is a rate, a minimum rate rate you need to pay. As at then, it was about 130 euros per month. But since you're saving for your future, you already have tax advantage. So I actually recommend that you save more for yourself, because at the end of the day it comes to you. But it is very important that you check different insurance companies or different pension accounts to get the most of it, and of course to take advantage of the tax relief. Now, if you live in the UK, US, I may not know the bank accounts you need to create, but the principle applies. If you do your due diligence and you compare the rates, you should be able to get the best accounts to set up for your pension, irrespective of your country of residence. Now, let's talk about the fourth account, which is the investment account. Now, I am going to be making 3 full videos. I have already scripted the videos on everything about investment. I cannot wait. I'm excited to show you guys. And yes, I do have a pleasant surprise that you are going to enjoy. So if you're not already, click on the like button, stay subscribed so you will not miss those videos. On the investment account, it is very important to make sure that you are not using the normal bank for investment. I'm talking from experience, and I'm also talking from research. This is very important. Now, to cite an experience, we did create an investment account for our kids, and we invested almost the same amount we had used for our own personal investment. But at the end of 1 year, we saw that it was just about 50 euros that was added to the money we had created using the bank here in Finland. And we were like, okay, we are opting out. It is very important that you do your due diligence, and that is why I'm excited about the videos on investment. You do not want to miss it. I'm going to be spilling the tea, showing you the ropes on how to go about it. Now, there are various options for you to create investment account. If you live in Nigeria, and I think also South Africa, Kenya, and all that, you should be able to create an investment account where you can buy stocks, bonds, ETFs, across the globe, and of course where you live in. Watch until the end of this video and I'm giving you tips on how to go about it. If you live in Europe, there is the option of the NordNet. I did have a NordNet account, but I currently use the IBK, the interactive broker. I'm going to leave the link at the end of this video. There is also the Trading 212. There are a plethora of options for you to use. So get started. One thing about the investment account is that your money does the work for you, and it is better than the high yield savings account, because at the end of the day, the return is usually higher if you know what you're doing. The sixth account that you need to create for you to achieve your financial goal is the joint account for couples. Now, if you are married, this is something I highly recommend. I am saying this because I saw a couple here in Finland. The man had just died, and unfortunately they did not have a joint account, and all the money he had saved with the bank, the woman did not have access to it, even if they are legally married. And that is why we were like, okay, we are not going to repeat the same mistake. Something beautiful about having a joint account is that you have access to your funds. That way, if something happens to your spouse, you should be able to have full charge of this account. I have to say that this is not like your salary account. It is different when you guys are saving for something big in the future, or investment, or just a plan for the future. It is good to put it in a joint account where you both have access to it. And of course, you can leave rules and regulations so that the bank knows that perhaps you need 2 signatures for money to be withdrawn, depending on the trust level, financial fidelity you have in your family. So this account, why we created it, is for us to have a shared account where we can manage our family expenses, save for the family's goals, or just keep track or stay organized with our finances. So we know that at this month we spent this for shopping and all that. It just gives you a clear view of your finances. Please tell me in the comment section if this is also in your country. In Nigeria, whenever you open a bank account, they will ask for your next of kin. When we moved to Finland, we noticed that they actually did not ask. If something happens and you can no longer access your account, it means that the bank stays with your money. So our trick was to have this family joint account so that we are co-owners. Tell me in the comment section, in the UK, Canada, US, wherever you're watching from, do you have that? When you opened your account, did they ask for next of kin, or you have to be smart to take proactive actions? I'm curious to know. Please leave that in the comment section. The sixth account we're going to be talking about is the account you create for you to be be able to invest into real estate. Here in Finland, they call it the ASP, that's the asuntosäästöpalkkio. You know, the Nordea, the S Bank, the OP, they actually have that account. So if you have turned 14 to 45 years of age, bank can actually help you save to buy your first home. If you haven't already, this is the time to take action. Call the bank, create the account so that you already start investing into real estate. The beautiful thing about this is that it offers up to 5% of tax-free rate, and you can also have a 1% deposit annually and also an additional 4% bonus interest from the year you open it up to 5 calendar years. When I tell you life is beautiful, it is. Then once you saved up to 10% of the total cost of the house, you can already apply for this asuntosäästöpalkkio for you to actually get your first home. And yes, this ASP loan gives you a state interest subsidy, and of course the state, that's the kaupunki, the city guarantees you. I feel like this is brilliant. If you're from an immigrant background, take advantage of it. When your children turn teens, start saving for them so that they will already have a beautiful start in life. Now tell me, in Canada, UK, South Africa, or wherever you're watching from, what do you call that in your country of residence? This will actually help viewers from your country to learn a thing or two about it. These are the things that the rich people know, and that is why they have created systems and they continue to use these tools to work for their benefit. Becoming rich, making your money work for you, building wealth, or leaving inheritance for your kids, they actually don't need to be really hard. You just need to know the information and of course take action. Once you've created that account, they just do the work for you. They do the heavy lifting for you, and you can just relax and see your money grow. Now, to wrap up, these are the accounts you need to create: the emergency savings account, the high yield savings account, the pension account, of course, the investment account, house purchasing account, and the joint account for families. I am going to leave the links. If you're Nigerian, South African, or African country, I'm going to leave the links in the description. If you want to use the investment account I'm using, I'm going to leave the link in the description. The description is just below the title. You will see more. Click on it and you see all the links. Thank you so much for watching today's video. Please leave your comment. Which of these accounts are you going to create? Which of these accounts are you using? I just want you guys to leave a comment. I'll be there answering your messages. You are new to investing and you're like, oh my goodness, I wish I can just learn 1 or 2 things on how to go about it. This video will actually help you. These are the 10 things you need to know about investing. If that video is not live, it means that the next upload, that will be it. I will also leave this video on money making for you to watch. Thank you so much and see you in the next video. Don't forget to click on the like button, subscribe, and bye for now.